and a number of other people who were in the maritime industry at the time. The purpose of that task force was to establish what was needed to make Jamaica become a maritime center in terms of registration of ships. It was not focused on logistics, it was focused on the registration of ships. The task force completed its study in about 9 months and its recommendations. However, the law was not changed until 1998. We're talking about from 1980 to 1998. I set that as a stage of where we do not wish to be in this exercise. Until recently, the industry was not known by the logistics label. Rather, it was the shipping industry, the trucking business, the agency business, stevedoring business, forwarding business, and so on. All of these have now come under the umbrella of logistics, which is described by the Encyclopedia Britannica as the organized movement of materials and sometimes people, and by Wikipedia as the management of the flow of resources between the point of origin and the point of consumption. Ladies and gentlemen, it is fair to say that I have been in logistics all my working life. Over those years, I've been a director of Jamaica Fruit and Shipping, Kingston Wharves, Shipping Services, Stevedoring, Jamaica Freight, Miami Freight, the Port Authority of Jamaica, Shipping Association of Jamaica, Seaboard Jamaica, Jamaica Producer Shipping, and recently Kingston Logistics Center. Because of these experiences, I would like to label my presentation, yes we can, but no we can't. And I single out 2 of my experiences in 2 of the companies I'm associated with. Kingston Logistics Center. The Port Authority of Jamaica and Zim Shipping Line decided in 2005 to launch a complete and integrated logistics service in Jamaica. They did this by jointly purchasing a prime 8-acre property adjacent to the container terminal in Kingston, which became a free zone. Zim then set up an operating company in partnership with Jamaica Fruit, named Kingston Logistics Center. The PAJ did not participate in the operating company, but facilitated with a free zone license and a bonded warehouse license. Kingston's Logistics has experienced the yes we can, no we can't syndrome more than most in Jamaica, because we were pioneering something new, which does not quite fit the laws of Jamaica, or at least the customs interpretations of the laws. Customs' interest is to have goods cleared and duty paid as quickly as possible in order to meet their revenue. However, goods coming into a free zone, by that definition, should not be duty paid, and coming into the bonded warehouse do not pay duty until cleared. So this runs counter to the customs goals of revenue. They have responded by restricting the list of items which are allowed to come into the logistics center. This is against the concept of a logistics hub. And to make it worse, the restriction list varies with the interpretation of the different customs officers. Bonded warehouses in the past in Jamaica, and still in the rest of the world, are considered an extension of the wharves. And in order for a logistics hub to work, we need again to be treated as an extension of the wharves, or inland terminals, if you wish, or special economic zones, whichever name you want to call it. When it comes to the free zone side of Kingston Logistics operations, it becomes even more difficult, as the Free Zone Act in Jamaica envisions the free zone operator to be only the owner of the goods, and does not make the provisions for operators of the free zone to be the agent or the logistics provider. This needs to be addressed urgently. We cannot have a free zone with different zones, and the law is not tailored to do what we want. So the first thing we have to do is get those laws amended as fast as possible. These are not Kingston Logistics issues, but they are the heart of the logistics hub concept, especially if we are to have zones all over the country. I put the question, is customs going to allow goods to move from the ports to these zones on a smooth basis? Or are we going to have to require the personal intervention of the commissioner or the collector to get the logjam removed? It cannot work like that. We want the things to move quickly, seamlessly, and efficiently and cost effectively. We are working with the customs, the Ministry of Industry, the Ministry of Finance on these regulations. But ladies and gentlemen, it takes too long. And this is why I told you that story about the Maritime Task Force, which took 18 years to have the law changed. I hope that we learned that lesson, and now it will take us, I won't say 18 months, I want to say a few months, Paco, that is it. A few months to get that law changed. So at Kingston Logistics, the present situation is, one day it is, yes we can. The following day it is, no we can't. I'd like to give you another example. Now this time at Jamaica Producers Group. For many years, JP, with the assistance of Jamaica Freight and Shipping Services stevedoring, ran one of the finest logistics operations in Jamaica and the Caribbean. We ran a complicated logistics cool chain for many years and only ceased in 2008 because of continuing hurricanes. This logistics cool chain involved reaping 100,000 stems of bananas weekly, putting this fruit into 100,000 boxes weekly, palletizing 100,000 boxes into 2,000 pallets weekly, hauling 2,000 pallets to the port in 200 trucks weekly, unloading and transferring 2,000 pallets into cool rooms at the port weekly, taking 2,000 pallets from cool rooms and loading into the ship weekly, securing those 2,000 pallets or 100,000 cartons of bananas from drug contamination weekly, shipping it to 2,000 pallets to the UK and discharging the ship and loading into ripening rooms weekly, delivering the 2,000 pallets or 100,000 boxes to Tesco, Marks, and Sainsbury's weekly. JP managed and operated the terminals in Jamaica and in the UK. Jamaicans ran an efficient cool chain to international standards for many years. So yes, we can. We can do it, we have done it, and we can do it again. We do not need to look only outside Jamaica for logistics expertise. We have it here in Jamaica, and we have had it for many years. Where does no we can't come into that picture? Today, we are again exporting, but with 1 container a week, only 500 boxes. But we now have 2 banana board inspectors coming to the boxing plant to inspect the container of 500 boxes, and another one inspecting when the container is being loaded. So we have 3 inspectors weekly to inspect 500 boxes. I put it to you that we have gone back ways. The bureaucracy has increased, not decreased. In order to have an efficient logistics hub, we need to reduce the restrictions, not increase them. Jamaicans need to be freed up to develop and grow. If we are not freed up, then no, we can't. If we are freed up, then yes, we can. Kingston Logistics and Jamaica Producers are working to be free. I urge you to do the same and make it yes, we can. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.